it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about gentle skincare and sometimes self-care. You know what time it is. It is time for October favorites, the video where I get to share with you all the skincare and beauty products that have made a big impression on me this month. So let's jump right on in, give the video a big thumbs up. So I want to start with the Manyo Vegan Heartleaf 98 Cica Serum. So Manyo is a brand that I've been aware of for a long time, and longtime K-beauty fans may know it under the name Manyo Factory. I know I was a huge fan of the Manyo Factory 4GF eye cream, and I know in the very early days of my channel I have talked about Manyo Factory before. I love their products, and then it seemed like around 2018, maybe 2019, it's like they kind of disappeared off the scene. Like I used to get the eye cream all the time, and then all of a sudden it wasn't available, and it sort of fell off of my radar. And then I realized the brand had actually come back just under the name Manyo. They dropped the factory. They did like a little mini rebrand. I think they revamped a lot of their product lines, and I haven't actually tried anything from the new like Manyo yet. So I was like, I think it's time. Like I really want to dabble in the new Manyo. I remember Manyo Factory being really, really good. They have so many intriguing product lines. It was super hard to choose a product to get started with, I have to admit, but you know me, as soon as I saw Heartleaf, I was like drawn in, because Heartleaf is actually like a cute nickname for H. cordata extract, which I talk about all the time as being a gentle acne fighter for my sensitive skin. I love this ingredient. I found it in a couple of different K-beauty products, and like all of those products somehow just like gently soothed and healed my breakouts, and I was like, what's going on? Like, this is working so good. It's this ingredient, Heartleaf, because it is antibacterial, it's anti-inflammatory, it helps to reduce redness. It's actually a great hydrating ingredient because it has a high content of polysaccharides in it and hydrating sugars in it. And it's actually a soothing ingredient too. There are some studies out there that suggest it can help with allergic reactions on the skin. So it actually kind of sounds like centella, doesn't it? Which there's a little bit in this serum, but really the star here is H. cordata extract, but it kind of sounds like centella with the soothing properties, the anti-inflammatory properties, and that's exactly what it has done on my skin in the past. It just helps soothe it, calmly get those like pimples out of my life, reduce redness without pushing my sensitive skin, without like throwing a bunch of like harsh, chemical exfoliants at it. Heartleaf is like my secret ingredient for breakout. So the very first thing I did when I got my order from Olali is I opened this serum and I tried out the texture, because I have never used an H. cordata product with such a high percentage in it. It's always been like kind of like a supporting player with other ingredients. So I was like, what's like the pure texture of H. cordata? And I was surprised that this serum is actually, it's runny, it's thin, it's got a little bit of hydration, but it's very, very light on the skin. The very first thing I thought before I ever even put it on my face, thinking as a skincare reviewer, I was like, oily skin is gonna love this. Oily skin that is acne prone is going to love this, because it is gentle, it is a little bit hydrating, but it is so light on the skin. You know, when you have oily skin, like sometimes even like those really hydrating products, but they have a little bit of thickness to it, feels suffocating on your oily skin. This is not going to suffocate your skin at all. It is so light, it is so runny, quickly absorbed into the skin. It feels great, no stickiness. But the reason why it's a favorite is because it's just performed so well for my skin. Everything I expected it to do, it has done. I know what this ingredient does for my skin, and like this serum is no different. It definitely helps to soothe the like pimples on my skin. The first thing I noticed with Heartleaf is that it does definitely reduce inflammation. It's really great at reducing redness, or if you're starting to get inflamed pimples, it can kind of just like help gently calm that down. Like I said, kind of similar to centella or even mugwort in that sense. The anti-inflammation properties are extremely strong, but it also has that antibacterial effect that I think really helps with the healing process with pimples, or helping them to not like explode into like honkers on your face. I've definitely noticed, redness reduction. I had a couple of clogged pores that seemed like they were on the edge of turning into pimples. This seemed to help soothe them and calm them down a lot. I've been really impressed with this, and it's just one of those types of serums that like the longer you use it, the stronger and less sensitive your skin feels. I've not really experienced that before with other like Heartleaf as the like supportive player ingredients. You know what I mean? I love it in the By Wish Trend polyphenols in propolis ampoule. There's a high amount in there, but it's been balanced out with other things. And I love that, especially for fighting acne. But this one from Manyo, I keep comparing it to Centella because it reminds me so much. Now, again, there's a little bit of Centella in here, but there's not as much as there is H. cordata. I guess what I'm just saying is it's that type of serum that really helps to calm sensitivity. It really helps to strengthen up your skin as you continue to use it. It's those silent types of serums, you know, where you're like, I don't think it's doing anything. And then you take it out of your routine. And you're like, oh, wait a second. That was actually keeping my skin really calm and really strong. So that's how I've been feeling about this. This is a huge bottle. This is 100 milliliter of serum. You get a lot for your money's worth with this one. It's going to last me a really long time. It seems like I've barely made a dent in the bottle. Trust me, I've been using this so much, and it's been keeping my skin so calm and so strong. Next up, I really want to talk about the Inkey List Urea 10% Moisturizer. So Urea, another ingredient I'm obsessed with and I talk about frequently on this channel. You know, it's an ingredient that has helped me so much with eczema flare-ups, and that's when I first really fell in love with Urea, was when I had my first flare-up in quite a few years. This was, I think, 2 years ago. I hadn't had any for a while, and then all of a sudden I was just like lip eczema, and I was like, no, the big scaly patch, and you're just like, the itch is so intense, and then it's like oozing to, it's gross. Anyways, that's when I started to really fall in love with Urea, because that is the ingredient that relieves the itch. Wow, Urea. Well, it's actually it's like a twofer type of ingredient, because it relieves the itch. It's so soothing for itchy, dry skin, but it also actually helps to slowly soften all of that built up dead skin cells, that scaly patch of eczema. It helps to soften that. It helps it to go away and smooth out the skin, which is so necessary, especially if you have it like in a prominent area. You just want that scaly patch to go away. Urea is a gentle ingredient that helps to release like all the keratin that holds, it's the glue essentially that holds all the dead skin cells into that scaly patch. It loosens the keratin, which helps the dead skin cells like slough away. Even if you don't have eczema, I think this is a great ingredient to know if you get really dry skin that sometimes feels irritated or itchy, or if you just have really dry skin and you need help retaining hydration in your skin, because Urea, on top of all that other great stuff, it's a natural moisturizing factor. It helps hold hydration into the skin and replenish the skin. So it has so many benefits. Dry skin, itchy skin, eczema prone skin. It's also very good if you get dry and chapped hands, which I am starting to get because the weather is starting to go cold and my cuticles are a disaster. I was like looking at them the other day and I was like, what happened to my hands? They look terrible. Not only are they very dry and starting to feel a little itchy, but around my cuticles, around my nails, are just these like really hard dry patches of skin and flaky cuticles. Urea helps solve that so much, because the more you use it, the more you're working down those hard calluses on your skin, the built up, dry, dead skin cell patches. Use it on your feet. It's awesome. Let me tell you about this one from Inkey List, though, because this is a new product and I'm very, very excited about it, because 10% is a really good amount. Like if you have a lot, like if you have a very itchy skin, 10% of Urea is really the ideal percentage you want to be using. Remember, Urea is a natural moisturizing factor. It does tend to have a more hydrating type of feel and texture to it. So this is actually more like a gel cream texture. It's very surprising. And as you get it onto your skin, you'll see that there's a hydration factor to this. There is almost like a water element to this. You can feel that as you get it onto your skin, you're going to feel a burst of hydration. But there is like that balancing moisture to it too, like that beautiful marriage of like a gel and a cream together in one. There's a little bit of moisture, but it's not an oily type of moisture. It's just a little bit to help balance out the skin. Very minimal to like no occlusive factor to this at all. It's very breathable. It's very plumping and light on the skin. So all of those things sound beautiful for not my skin type. I like something a little bit more medium weight, a little bit more occlusive. So for me, a full face moisturizer, this is not. I am using this like a treatment. And I want you to think about this product like that too, because Urea is just so good. It has so many different uses. You don't just have to use it as a face moisturizer. You can use this, like I said, as a treatment. If you have eczema patches, use this on your eczema patches. You will thank me later. Use this on any area that's prone to eczema. If you're starting to feel, sometimes I feel a little itch even before there's like a patch. I can feel an itch and there's almost like a heat and a redness on my skin. Use Urea on that. It might help prevent the flare-up or at least make it not as bad. You can just use it anywhere that feels itchy. You can use it. I've been using it so much on my hands. My cuticles have improved so much just by using this for like 1 week. I've noticed so much improvement on the look of my hands and the amount of like moisture and hydration my hands are retaining. That's the real beauty of Urea. It really helps to repair the skin. And I'm excited about this product from Inkey. Like I said, it's brand new. It just launched this month. I got it I got it special. They sent it to me. I started using it immediately and I fell in love immediately because, yeah, this is a superstar ingredient. So I have to talk about the Goodal Vegan Rice Milk Moisturizing Toner. Now, you've heard me talk about this before in a couple of different videos. This is, not new to you at all, but I really wanted to talk about it for October favorites because I've been reaching for it so much this month because it's toner sandwich season. If you're a new viewer, you're like, what are you talking about? So toner sandwich, quickly. This is where I layer 2 different toners of different thicknesses. So I really like to start off with a nice light, watery, quickly absorbed type of toner, like the Leavv Docto toner that I talked about in September favorites. I've actually been using that all in October. It's almost empty, but that's been my favorite kind of go-to hydrating toner recently. So I'll do a couple layers of that. Just to like really build the replenishing hydration on my skin. And then I'll go in for a toner or sometimes an essence that has like a thicker texture to it, something a little heftier, something that when you put it on your face, it feels like it hugs in that previous layer of hydration just a little bit closer to your skin. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you're dehydrated, you know what I'm saying. Something that just really seals it in and helps to keep that hydration in your skin where it belongs and not it escaping out of your skin from cold weather or the heating being on, like a dry environment. And that's totally what fall is all about, right? We're starting to adapt to colder temperatures. We're starting to adapt to having the heating on in our house, and that can definitely affect our skin. And so toner sandwich is one of the things that I do to help keep my skin hydrated. And I'm not quite ready for the really thick and creamy types of like second layers that I do love in the dead of winter because it's still kind of warm here during the day, but it's dropping quite low at night. So it's that fine balance between what feels too thick and heavy and what doesn't feel like enough, right? So that's where this product comes in because it just draws that perfect line between not too much and not too little. It's this really interesting syrupy, thicker, plumping gel texture. That name really throws me off the milk because I was expecting it to be like a creamy, like in the spirit of Laneige Cream Skin Refiner type of texture. You know what I mean? It's not. It's its own unique take on a moisturizing toner. It's a little bit of a plumping, slippery gel texture, but once you get it onto your skin, it has great absorbency. It doesn't just like slip around on the top of your skin. It does absorb in. It feels really nice. It plumps your skin. It makes your skin feel really hydrated and juicy with just a little bit of that balancing moisture and that hug it in quality that I'm seeking for. It just hugs in all the hydration into your skin. It feels amazing and it's not sticky. They've like really formulated this in an elegant way that conditions your skin. The rice extract really conditions your skin. It just makes it feel so soft. There's just a nice balance with everything going on in this toner. And I just reach for it every single night. I'm reaching for this to do my little toner sandwich. And it's just, like I said, striking the right balance. So talked about it quite a bit already. I just wanted to mention to you, like, it's been serving me so well in the month of October. We'll see if it continues to serve me into November, but like, yeah, the perfect second toner for toner sandwich. I also want to talk about the Roche-Posay Toleraine Gentle Hydrating Cleanser. So this is actually something you've heard me talk about quite a bit in recent videos. It's been a big cleanser for me as we transition into the colder temperatures. Like, it's been big on fall content. And that's why I wanted to shout it out in this month's video because it's really been helping my skin transition. I know it's not really that exciting, but honestly, cleansers make or break your skincare routine. So So if you're going through a seasonal change, or even if you're feeling like some differences on your skin, it really pays off to take a look at your cleanser. I know they're not exciting, but if you are using a cleanser that is a little bit too harsh for your skin and it's taking away essential oil and moisture from your skin, you are starting your skincare routine at a deficit, because all of that moisture and hydration has been stripped away by your cleanser. Now you have to like doubly build up on your hydrating elements, your moisturizing elements, just to get your skin back in balance with your other skincare products, right? So you might be needing to use more or like thicker types of products than you normally would, because you're compensating for what your cleanser has taken away from you, right? So it makes sense to take a look at that cleanser. I will say though, it's not just about taking moisture and stripping your skin. It could be that your cleanser is not effectively cleaning your skin. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's not really thoroughly cleaning your skin, or you're using it to remove your makeup and it's not doing a good enough job. I've had this happen to me. This is like really where my skincare like obsession started, was when I realized I did not have the right type of cleansers in my routine. I was not removing my makeup properly at night, and I was getting so much congestion, so many blackheads, and such dull looking skin because of it, because my cleansers were not appropriate for the situation. So it really makes or breaks your skincare. It absolutely does. So when my skin was ailing, I started to look at my cleanser and think, maybe I should back off of the foaming cleanser just a little bit, just to see, just to baby my skin a little bit and help it bounce back into shape. And so the Toleraine cleanser has been helping me so much with that, because it's this beautiful milk texture. It doesn't foam up at all. It just like envelops your skin with a really nice it's not super oily. Like it's not a really rich moisture, but it just kind of like hugs your skin with a little bit of moisture, and then it rinses away cleanly. I have tried other milk cleansers that are a little bit more emollient. They're a little bit more reliant on like oil types of ingredients, and they feel so moisturizing, but sometimes it feels like they don't wash away as easily or as cleanly. Like there's a little bit of that moisturizing film on my skin. It's all about finding out what works for you. And just for me, the Toleraine cleanser has been working so much. It has helped my skin bounce back from that peely episode. I'm happy to say that didn't last very long. It was just like a moment in time, but I have been relying a lot more on the Toleraine cleanser now for most of my cleansing. Like if I'm wearing makeup, I probably won't use this, just because I like a little bit more foaming action, right? Choosing the right cleanser. But for most days when I don't wear makeup, I'm using this because it's just really gentle. My face feels clean when I use it, never filmy, and it's just really respectful and nice to my skin. As the temperatures are getting colder, I have to be careful about what I'm doing with my skin, and so this has been a great cleanser choice for me. So this month I have been saying to myself a lot to be happy with what you have. Be grateful for what you already have. And this is something that I have learned to say to myself in years past, especially around holiday shopping season. Definitely something I have to remind myself of. And I feel like this was something I needed to remind myself of, and something that came up for me a lot earlier in the holiday shopping season than it normally does. Like it's October, but like, why is everybody having Black Friday sales? Have you felt that? Have you felt like there's been all these like early Black Friday sales? Everything is on sale. Get it now. Get it early. Get ahead of everybody else. Like don't wait like a sucker till November. Have you been feeling like that? I've been super caught up. I'm like, that's on sale. That's on sale. That's on sale. Purchase, purchase, purchase. Like I'm not proud of this at all. It's like, I feel like it's a little bit out of control. And I've talked about this before on my channel. I do feel like sometimes we purchase things because we're trying to fulfill something that we're missing in our lives. Like I will tell you, when I feel extremely stressed out or overwhelmed, I do sometimes turn to purchasing things as a coping mechanism. Like I just get excited by having something new, and that makes me feel, for a moment, less overwhelmed or less stressed out, or it just makes me feel good. And it's a temporary thing. Like I know I'm not alone in this. We've all done it at least once, where we just bought something to make ourselves feel better, and it made us feel good for like 5 minutes, maybe longer if you're lucky, but like it's very temporary, and the feeling goes away because you're just kind of like, you're not doing what you're supposed to do, right? Because there's something missing, and like trying to fill it with like an item is not going to do it, right? So you're still missing that thing, but you're trying to cope by buying things. During this time of year, Like I said, especially if you're feeling like something is missing and you're trying to fill that with things, you will find yourself buying a lot of stuff you don't need. You will find yourself spending a lot more money than you really need to be spending. And you will find yourself caught up in this cycle of like instant gratification and then disappointment, maybe even a little bit of shame. And then it just starts all over again. And it's good to remind yourself of what you already have, because you already have so much. I'm sure you already have so much. We just don't always acknowledge it. So I want to share this with you because you may have felt it this month, but definitely going into November. I want to share with you to take stock of what you already have, whether it's physical things, whether it's relationships, whether it is just, you know, like amazing things that you have outside of consumerism. Definitely remind yourself of that. And I will also say, like, there's nothing wrong with taking advantage of sales. Like, it's a great time to get stuff, to stock up on things, to get gifts, whatever. But it's good to ask yourself, to like, just like press pause for a second and ask yourself, like, is this something that I really like need? Is this something that I'm going to use? And is this something I'm going to appreciate? Because oftentimes it's just something that we want, but it's not something that we're going to use or that we need. And it's something that maybe in the moment we like it, but eventually it will lose our interest and we won't appreciate it in the end. So be grateful for what you have. Do you need it? Will you use it? Will you appreciate it? If you're struggling, just ask yourself some of those questions before you hit purchase. So I'm curious, what products made a big impression on you this month? Let me know in the comment box below. Now, if you've made it this far in the video and you have not hit subscribe yet, please, I would love it if you would subscribe. I'd love to have you here. I talk all about gentle skincare. I talk about K-beauty. I talk about fragrance-free products. So if that's all things that you love, please hit subscribe, turn on notifications. When I release new videos and new shorts, you will be the first to know about it. I hope you are healthy, happy, and safe, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Can't wait to see you next month. Love you so much. Bye.